have read all your comments asking for a KB video about Soloists, and it's finally here. Through this, I have been waiting for the right time to do it, and there is no better time than right now. All the new comebacks from Hyuna, IU, and Chungha makes me so excited. There is just a special feeling that comes from watching solo acts. Even if groups keep on being my favorites, I can't resist the appeal of a solo performance. Their charisma and style has to be on point so that they can fill the stage. It's time we check their KB body types and how they have influenced their image. This is one of the most interesting videos, as all the artists in this list have different body types, and they all are clear examples of how to use your features to enhance your allure and charisma. Oh, and before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. KB body types is a system used to help style and define the overall image of a person. It covers several aspects besides the body shape, like bone structure, body flesh, facial features, and proportions. Here comes a summary of how the body types are divided. Romantic, all soft and round lines, extremely feminine, just like Marilyn Monroe. Dramatic, sharp, long, somehow masculine, simply dramatic. Classic, the midpoint between romantic and dramatic, balanced features and even proportions. Natural, blonde and straight lines, slightly muscular, so not this or this, this. Gamine, the contrast of yin and yang, petite with sharp lines. These 5 main categories can flow slightly into the type immediately before or after it, creating in total 13 types. Jungha belongs to the Gamine family. She is on the small side and looks very youthful. Some people have said she may be a theatrical romantic, but she is missing more fleshiness and curves. Besides, she definitely looks petite. She has an angular and somehow compact body frame, defined musculature, and tends to have a leggy look. She's a flamboyant Gamine. She has a slightly wide bone structure and looks strong, but still exhibits lots of sharp angles, which give her more of an edgy aura. That is why she can pull off bolder outfits with asymmetric and irregular silhouettes, and stronger color and pattern combinations or details. Also, geometrical cuts look really good on her, and from her Gamine side, soft fabrics and even romantic details can look good if she maintains her flamboyant silhouette. There hasn't been another idol that fits a KB body type as much as Hyuna. Really, she has all the main characteristics, and when you look at photos, you can clearly see her body type. She is a dramatic classic. She has a slightly angular or young body structure with a sophisticated and cool essence. She can look slightly muscular and is also really symmetrical with her measurements. Her bust and waistline can look somewhat straight, but her even proportions make her have a defined figure. She has a moderate length of arms and legs, and she has squarish and narrow shoulders. There are also some angular edges and width in both her bone structure and face. She looks best with clean lines that accentuate her symmetry and angularity. As a classic, she will always look good with more structure and classic silhouettes with less details. Then again, she seems to prefer more of a flamboyant Gamine or natural flamboyant kind of fashion. Or we can say she just prefers more flamboyant outfits and also romantic details. Nonetheless, the time she has dressed in a more classic style, she also looks great. Another queen of charisma. Actually, I have to say her body was quite difficult to classify because she has maintained a really slim figure, and that makes it complicated to observe the musculature, fleshiness, and sometimes even proportions of her body. I ended up trying to decide between 2 body types, dramatic classic and flamboyant natural. She has characteristics from both categories. However, I decided to put her in the flamboyant natural type because she looks great with this kind of outfits. Also, she looks a little bit different from dramatic classics. For example, her legs and arms look quite long, and she looks taller than her actual height. She doesn't have too much curves on her chest and hips area, and her shoulders are also prominent on her structure. The clothes that fit her the best are long and unconstructed silhouettes with relaxed lines and some asymmetric details. She can also pull off textured fabrics and bright or unusual colors combinations. As stated in my video about IU, you can check it here, she's a soft Gamine. She has a combination of both yin and yang with more tendency to the softness in her body. As with all the gamis, she looks petite, doll-like and really young. She has definition in her bust, waist and legs, with some fleshiness showing in her arms and legs. Her bone structure is small and delicate, still slightly broad. She has some angular edges, like in her shoulders, but most areas will look roundish. Her face as well has a really soft gami look, with lots of youthfulness and round angles. The clothing lines should contain both yin and yang elements, but with a slightly more softness. She looks the best with rounded and soft shapes that have waist emphasis and some sharp angles and edges. She can pull off really feminine clothes and patterns with vibrant colors. Even romantic details will look good on her, as well as some geometric cuts and fitted silhouettes, as long as there is waist definition. In the case of Sami, she is quite young and she started her career when she was still an adolescent. In other words, her body has changed a lot in the last couple of years. I will say that in the last year her body has developed even more. While it is still debatable if she can be typed right now, I will argue that her body seems to be quite defined already. In my opinion, she's a soft dramatic. Some have said she could be a flamboyant natural. However, she has way too curvy bust and hip line to be that type. She has musculature, but at the same time, some fleshiness and softness. She has a long vertical line with long limbs, and though she has a defined figure and waist, it is also a little wide. Even at such a young age, she exhibits a strong and attractive aura. Overall, a soft dramatic is still a dramatic, and therefore her clothing line should be clean, long and sharp, but with some added softness, which can be achieved through light fabrics, pattern details, and waist emphasis. Lee is a great vocalist and a clear soft natural as well. Her body shows all the characteristics of this body type. She has evident musculature, can look curvy and have a defined figure, but at the same time, she has width in her bone structure with prominent shoulders. Her vertical line is small, and she has some blunt edges. Even on her face you will find these edges. Her legs and arms doesn't look too long, and she tends to softness and fleshiness. The clothes that fit her the best are unconstructed silhouettes but with a shaping or emphasis on her waist, or the relaxed lines that fit her curves around the chest and hips area adequately. Asymmetric details or some geometric cuts on her clothes will also look good. It's better for her to use more natural color combinations, but she can pull off heavy patterns as well. That's the whole list. As always, I hope you liked the video. I know I didn't cover all the female soloists in the K-pop industry, and maybe your favorite artist was missing, but maybe next time I can do a second part of this video. Leave a comment down below which other soloists you would like to see. I always consider KB really interesting, even if it's one of the most difficult videos to make. Just a quick reminder, I try to look for different sources and search as much as possible, but my classification could still be wrong. So don't take it too seriously. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.